The unfortunate truth about this situation with Maduro is that it's not over yet. Before I say anything, I want to say that I hope Trump is successful in making Venezuela better. I don't think he will be. I'm very skeptical, but I hope he does. I hope whatever happens next is what's best for the Venezuelan people, because God knows they've suffered enough. However, it's important to remember that Maduro's regime is still intact. His vice president, Delcy Rodriguez, she's still around. She has not been captured by the United States. She was in Russia when Nicolas Maduro was captured by the United States, which underscores the relationship Venezuela has to rivals of the United States. And by extension, the possibility for foreign support for a protracted conflict with the United States. Now, I am not making a prediction, but I am just saying that there is an opportunity here for this situation to get worse. By worse, I specifically mean that this will turn into a quagmire, a forever war, where the United States puts boots on the ground to try and secure the oil infrastructure in Venezuela, like Trump says he wants to, and they find that there is an insurgency actively fighting against them that is being funded and supplied by their rivals, particularly China and Russia. Now, Russia does not really have the capacity to support Venezuela in any meaningful way, considering their distance, considering Russia's commitment to the war in Ukraine, and considering how degraded Russian strength is from this war and also just from a dilapidated economy. However, China may really want to. For context, although Maduro has been overthrown technically, there are a group of people known as Chavistas, who are people who adhere to belief in the Bolivarian revolution and the idea of Hugo Chavez and its continuity, despite Maduro being there or not. These are people who may, if properly supplied by an outside power like China, could conduct a insurgency against the Marines and the other American forces that have been assembled in the Caribbean as of late. Now, I don't think that they have any hope of reestablishing a socialist government in the face of such wanton American aggression. However, they can make the interests of the United States to get oil out of Venezuela and flowing into the Gulf Coast refineries that they built a lot more difficult and a lot more painful for the Americans. This is the exact thing that the United States tried to avoid and successfully avoided in 1989 when they overthrew Noriega. They were afraid that the army would retreat into the mountains and carry out an insurgency. Considering China's recent dependence on Venezuelan oil and considering their interest in Latin America, it makes sense.